The legal professional framework for a nurse starts with the Nursing Act. No, we will not go into that. That is a workshop for another day. What is your other legal framework? Is your Regulation 2598. Which one is that? Is the scope of practice of the nurse? Huh? That tells you what are you entitled to do and what you may not do. Is that one that says you have to promote elimination, you have to maintain intravenous care and oxygen, and you have to look after the hygiene of the patient, and you have to look after the alignment of fractures and promotion of wound care or wound healing. All of those. For the registered nurse, there are 20. And I want to invite you guys to go read through that, because that reminds us, our scope of practice tells us what we may do and what we may not do. And in Afrikaans, I almost want to say, it's so wyd soos die Here se genade for a registered nurse. Ne? What is the other professional legal framework? The Regulation 387 on the action omissions of the nurse. And there's another one. The Regulation 373, which looks at the whole disciplinary thing and how you, the things that you can get where somebody could lay charges against a nurse. Okay? You go look at that, the regulations. People, you cannot practice without being aware of your legal framework, because otherwise we can get into trouble. Okay? Then our human and patient rights. Who of you know, where does the human rights come from? Who says they are human rights? Hey? The Constitution, yes. The Constitution of South Africa. There's a Bill of Rights, human rights. I walk with mine around all the time. It says here, if you encounter a patient with an ethical problem, you should think about equity, human dignity, life, that everyone has the right to live and to life. Human dignity, equality, freedom of security of the patient, patient safety. There's a lot of them. It's about 19, but I can't go through all of them because it's going to take us the whole day. What is the patient rights? Give me just one.
The right to health.
Eh?
The right to health.
The right to health.
Safe environment.
Safe environment. I can't hear. Can you see autonomy to rule for yourself? The patient has the right to refuse treatment. What else about this medical aid? Some of you work in the private sector. What about the medical aid?
The patient has the right to treatment.
He has a right.
If they can afford or cannot afford.
Yes, he has the right to have insight and know exactly what his medical aid provides for him and allows for him or what not. He has a right to a what? Second opinion. And sometimes patients do not know this. So if you want to make an ethical decision in a problem where you are confronted, you have to consult all of these things plus your own values, which we hope is you must not kill another person deliberately. You must not lie. You should not gossip about your neighbor. Don't talk untrue things about your patient. Can you see patient confidentiality comes in here? So you have to have your own value system, and you have to use all of this as a background before you make a decision. You know, again, if I come back to registered nurses, unfortunately sometimes you are the guys, the person who are confronted first because your staff under your supervision relies on your decisions. And unfortunately, the registered nurse, I'm so sorry that there are not more of them here today, because it's you guys that get the first full force of an ethical decision to be made. If you know that the patient is not okay to go home, and they say in the government sector and private, they say, but the medical aid said only 1 or 2 days, and you know for a fact that patient is not okay to go home, and you have to discharge that patient. The sister is the one giving the instructions to the people under supervision. Okay? And then your own values, very important, your honesty, your respect for other people, your morals and principles in life that you were taught, not in nursing, coming from home with that. As I said earlier on, some of us get it from the Bible, some of us get it from the Torah, some of us get it You are raised with values and norms, and you bring that with you when you come to nursing. Then you have to have a value clarification to say that, yes, I believe in, I'm pro-life, and now I'm confronted with an abortion where I have to stand by while the doctor performing that. What am I going to do now? Because this is not what I believe in, but my work requires from me to stand here and support that patient. And then you have to make a decision.